hot. So hot. Jesus. Too hot, too hot, too hot. Let's calm down a little bit. I hope my audio is fine. Currently outside. So hot. Okay. So, yeah. So today, I want to talk about how meditation has kind of influenced my spiritual journey. I'm a little bit shy because I'm outside and people are watching. Get over it. If you're being seen, get over it. So anyway, hot anyway. So, when was it? I think it was last Saturday, actually. It started last Saturday. Or was it last Friday? I don't remember. Anyway, it started last week. I was having like lots of dreams and having lots of dreams, seeing a different type of tarot readings, and also feeling a bit weird, I was really having difficult sleeping, and yeah, and it felt like a lot was going on, but then I looked around and I was like, wait, I'm not doing shit. Like, I'm just relaxing. And that was literally what I was doing. I was just being. And then I was like, you know what? Let's try to meditate on this one. I actually wasn't expecting anything to come out of it because I've tried meditating before, and I remember I sat in my room like multiple times and I just tried to quiet my mind. It was impossible because I don't know, my mind, it runs 1,000 miles in a minute for some reason. I overthink a lot, so like most of the time when I'm sitting down or like not doing any physical activity, I just tend to just spiral in my head. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. Anyway, so I was like, okay, let's meditate, but I was like I had like no expectation from it. But this time I decided to do something differently. I was like, okay, how do other people do it? Because I know that just sitting down and try to quiet my mind doesn't work for me. So I tried to find out what works for me. So I asked ChatGPT. Yes, I asked ChatGPT like, if I want to start a spiritual journey, what should I do? And then ChatGPT gave me a list of things to do, and meditation was one of it. And then it said something along the line of to sit down or lie down, and then one hand on your chest and one hand on your tummy, and just say, universe, take a deep breath 2 to 3 times if you can, and then say, universe, I'm ready to receive your message, or I'm ready to listen. And I tried that. I literally tried that, and I really wasn't expecting anything. I lied down. I was like lying on my bed, and then just one hand on my chest, one hand on my tummy, and then I was like, I took like only one breath, deep breath actually, and then I was like, universe, here I am, I'm ready to listen. And then it just went off. My mind didn't like wander around like it used to. It was just like, there were lots of images there, and it just continues. Like normally, if I do manage to quiet my mind down and then receive some messages, it would just be like one image that I can't really follow. But this time it was like there was an image, there was a forest in front of me, and I couldn't see the part of it to enter. I was just standing in front of the forest, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And then I think for the first 2 seconds or 5 seconds, nothing happened. I was just standing there, and then something started to change, and then the forest opened up. I was on the path, and then it was like just like one continuous flow of one thing to the other. It was like a lot of imagery. I'm not gonna lie. There was like lots of symbolism down there, and I was like, huh, I actually did it, and I did it for like 10 minutes, and I only stopped when I felt like this was enough for me, and then I did, and then the next question came up was like, what the hell does that all mean? Like, yes, okay, I saw a forest. Yes, I saw a path. Yes, I saw water. Yes, I saw this. Yes, I saw that. But what does that mean? Like, I wanted to have a cohesive um, understanding of what was going on. So I asked ChatGPT again. Oh yeah, the first time I had to ask ChatGPT because I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, it seemed to be like telling me a story, but I don't actually see how I fit into that story. And then ChatGPT gave me an interpretation of it, and I was like, oh my god, I fit into that story like big time. And it was like me finding a path, going to a lake, which at that time was the representation of my consciousness. And then there was a pavilion, which is a peaceful resting place. And then there was also a light being that was there, and it took the face of someone that I actually love, which made it easier to like just accept it. And yeah, I was just sitting there, just enjoy. I wouldn't say I was enjoying it. I think enjoying is not the right verb to use. It's not the right word to use. I was just there, and then things were happening, and I was just accepting it. Okay, this is what it is, and I wasn't afraid, which was good. I wasn't completely comfortable, but I wasn't afraid. That's very key, because being afraid is like terrifies me. And yeah, so I did that, and then the TBT interpreted, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So the next time, well, I think it was the next morning, I tried it again, and then the same thing happened, but this time I kind of like went further. Okay, I had to pause it because they were staring at me. Yeah. Anyway, I went further into it, and then just more imagery, and then lots of stuff kept happening. And this meditation sessions are oftentimes just like 10. I think I've had one that was like, I think I've only had one. No, I have one that was like 20 minutes. Yeah, I wrote a whole page. That's also another thing. Whenever I see them, I will write them down because otherwise I forget. I'll write it down, and then I'll also write the date. So I'm doing meditation, and I'm also doing journaling. And I try to, because sometimes the same symbolism like repeats itself, and it's just, I actually only write it down because I don't want to forget, because I keep forgetting stuff so quickly. I forget them so easily. It's insane. Anyway, yeah, so I write them down, have like a bit of kind of a diary going on, and I'm really happy because like through meditation, now I've started journaling. Through meditation, I understand myself better, in the sense of I know where I am on my spiritual journey. Actually, yesterday, I think yesterday or this morning, it was yesterday, and that's also another thing. So I try to do a morning meditation and an evening meditation, right? And sometimes after like I end my meditation, like the session, I will like receive another flash, and I'm like, I thought I closed the door, which I shouldn't be joking about. I should like read on that, because like sometimes I just have flashes of stuff coming after my meditation, and sometimes it's even before my meditation, like time period. So I'm like, huh. And it all like kind of like connects to what I like. Connects, everything connects, which is amazing. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's good that it connects. One thing, but also that I can actually quiet my mind down. Also, is telling. And yeah, if you guys can do it, just take like 5-10 minutes, maybe before going to bed, maybe after waking up. Try not to go on any social media after waking up. Just use the 5 minutes that maybe you give yourself while you're awake, when you just wake up, to just meditate, because that helps. I try not to go on any social media before meditation. I try also not to do it after meditation. Like, I give myself like 15 to half an hour period to just calm down. So maybe that's also something you guys can try. And okay, meditation is amazing and all that, but I have to say there is one thing. Is it one thing? Yes, there's one thing that happens sometimes during meditation and sometimes after meditation. So I realized like depending on what imagery I'm receiving, I sometimes feel really nauseated. Huh? How do you say? I feel really sick. Yeah, I feel really sick sometimes, like nauseated. Yeah, like I need to go and just let it out, but I never do. It's just I have that feeling, and then it stays around like 5 minutes. I think max has been 15 minutes, and then it disappeared, and then it's gone. It's fine. Sometimes I've literally belched multiple times afterwards, and then I'm fine. But yesterday something new happened. Actually, yesterday two new stuff happened. One was while meditating, I felt, was it like while doing that? No, after meditating. Yeah, after I finished my meditation, I felt like the lower part of my body was shifting, but I was lying down completely still. So I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, why is that happening? And I asked ChatGPT. I swear, ChatGPT is helping me on this journey, because I have no one surrounding me to like help me interpret all of this imagery, which is very important to understand. Anyway, I asked ChatGPT about that, and before I asked ChatGPT, like I need to take a break. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT about that, and then ChatGPT was like, well, it kind of makes sense, because the imagery I received from the session before that was a tree. A tree, me climbing the stairs, sitting underneath a tree, sitting on a tree, and having a tree kind of manifest or grow out in the middle of the ocean. So, according to ChatGPT interpretation, it was just me centering myself, like my body is trying to center itself, ground itself, to catch up with what was happening on the physical level. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then it went away after like, I think 10 minutes max. It's really hot. And then the other thing that also happened was my head. So normally, my head is always fine, as long as I keep being hydrated and stuff, drinking water, lots of water. I normally don't get headaches anymore, despite it's been really hot last couple of days. Anyway, I was like, I felt a weird, I don't want to call it pain, but I felt a weird sensation, like something was like just spreading out in my head, and it started at the back of my head, and for some reason I felt it in my right eye, and I was like, okay, what does that also mean? But it went away as well, with the weird sensation of my lower body moving. It also went away, like relatively fast. So I was like, it might be connected to all of that. So I was like, yeah, it's interesting. Meditating is interesting, because it made me become aware of so many things that I normally just like cancel out, being like, yeah, most likely my mind playing tricks on me, and most likely this is going on or that. So yeah, so if you have chance, people, take 5 minutes from your day, or 10 if you have lots of time. I don't want to say free time. If you have lots of time, that's all. Sit down, hand on your chest, hand on your tummy, take a deep breath, and tell the universe that you're ready to listen. If you have any question in particular, you can also ask. And sometimes you receive an answer. I did a couple of times, actually twice, yeah. Which is amazing. Yeah. And yeah, so do that and journal, write down what you saw during your meditation. Because believe me, what you saw during meditation, it's very important to keep, to remember. And I don't know, maybe because we get distracted so easily, maybe that's why we forget so quickly. I don't know. Anyway, journal. Don't forget to journal and stay hydrated. Really, drink lots of water and be conscious. Just be in awareness and stay in the present. Okay. Thank you. I hope the lightning wasn't that bad because I'm literally outside. It's really hot and it's night time. I should be in bed or at least eating something. Anyway, bye bye guys. See you guys next time.